Hey, Conrad, if you don't mind, can I bring up one more thing?
Please do. Yes.
If you don't mind.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted to say that about the TNA. You know that because people have asked me, was this not going anywhere with the clotheslines? And it was, and I chose because of what I thought was a bad idea to no longer be a part. They didn't call me back. I still have a good relationship with Tommy and with Carlos. But the same with AAA. I want to say that I was supposed to be at AAA in August. I don't know if I'm going to be there. I assume I won't. And I want to make it clear I have an incredible relationship and a lot of love and respect for Conan and for Dorian Rodon. Those guys are just absolutely fantastic. And we had something that was going to be a huge escalation of me being a part in August. I was going to have a hell of an August from the TNA to the AAA. That's what a lot of this was leading to. But then WWE buys AAA. And so things change. And, I don't know where I fit in, if I fit in. I've seen Jeremy Borash down there. I don't know him very well. Seems like a terrific guy. Everybody I know speaks so highly of him. Yes. Apparently just a really smart guy. He's a very nice guy. That part I know from meeting him. So a lot of this changed not because of what – there was something planned is what I'm saying. And because of certain things outside, like with WWE buying AAA, that's one of the reasons that I may not be there. I assume I'm not because they haven't called yet, and that's fine if I'm not. I had a wonderful time down there. And like I say, I love those guys. Love working in Mexico. If they call me back, I'll go. But things have changed because of the dynamic of the partnership.
So just tell the truth here. WWE is they have a hard on for you. They're out to get you.
I hope not. That's right. Everywhere I go and everywhere I have something planned, they have the NXT steps into TNA and all of a sudden the plans change. They have step into AAA and all of a sudden plans change. So yeah, I think it's all WWE. They're after me.
Triple H has a Commissioner Gordon red phone on his desk.
That's right.
And it rings. Yep. Wait, JBL's getting traction in Mexico. Shut it down.
Buy Mexico.
Just buy it. Just write a check. We got to stop it now. I mean, that's what's happening. He did it with AAA. He's done it with TNA. Like, if you are a promoter listening to this and you would like to sell your company to WWE, or maybe they're not returning your phone calls, if you can book John to come clothesline motherfuckers for 8 or 9 weeks in a row,
yep,
getting a check.
You're getting a check. They're going to buy your company. At least, at the worst, they're going to partner with you and get you a TV deal.
The rumor and innuendo, and maybe I'm realizing this might be our Scooby-Doo moment live on YouTube right now, is that you were a secret undercover agent working for Triple H on behalf of WWE to go to all these different territories, and now they're all magically coming into the fold. Where are you showing up next, and how long have you been on double secret probation with WWE?
Yeah, I love the second part of the question. And how long have you been this secret agent?
Yes.
I've actually got a plan in December of setting up what could be a border war. Funny how that might work down in the border. But I've also just got a call from some guys over in the UK and Ireland about coming over there. So I guess that same thing. They want to sell their company to WWE, and they know bringing me in will get that done.
Well, we hope it happens sooner rather than later. I'm excited to see you get that shoulder warmed up.
Well, I've got a plan now. I've just had to redo it because the plan was supposed to come to fruition, like I say, yesterday at AAA in Mexico, and that's changed. But that's okay. That's what happens in life. So I do have a backup plan that I think is pretty cool. I was talking to Ron about it this weekend, and I think I got a pretty good idea that maybe just as big or bigger.
Hey, by the way, since we're just BSing here before we jump into our topic, I want to give a plug for your Beers with JBL and the Boys. Beers with the Boys with JBL. Man, it was fantastic. I had a blast. But I didn't expect to be a part of it. I just wanted to hear the stories. But, man, hearing stories from D'Lo and Ron Simmons and Jerry Briscoe, man, I know you get paid for that, but you and I would pay to be in the room for that. Like, just to hear those stories, sign me up.
There's no doubt about it. It's one of the most fun things I do. We sit there with me and Ron, and we just tell stories. And we love to invite other guys in because everybody has these incredible stories. Back before, we had the internet and cell phones and pictures and stuff. Guys just did we had creative guys that were bored. It wasn't just about you were going to record it and get stooged like you're at a Coldplay concert or something. It was the fact that you were bored because you didn't have stuff to do. And so, guys, that's why some of the stories are so wild. And we sit there, we tell all of them. We don't call nothing. We tell you everything that happened, exactly as it happened, and just have a fun time doing it. We don't record it. And so we can just say whatever we want. And, and it's a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun to have you be a part of it.
Something that I hope is, or I wish maybe wasn't recorded, was Backlash 2006. If this doesn't immediately come to mind and you remember exactly what it is, all I've got to do is say this is, I believe, the first and hopefully last time that God had a match on pay-per-view. What are we even talking about? I mean, when you first hear this idea that Vince McMahon wants to do a tag match with Shawn Michaels and the Lord.
You say it like that, that makes it sound better. Like I say, and the Lord. That sounds much worse.
I understand some ideas sound good on paper, but did this one ever sound good anywhere, John?
We thought it was hilarious. I mean, we thought, Vince is nuts. I mean, nuts. And I think in a good way. I'm not taking a shot at him with that. I love Vince. And I love I'm talking about the creative mind of Vince.
Yeah.
He did some of the craziest things just unimaginable. He would sit there sometimes in meetings and you would see him and he's half bored and all of a sudden an idea would pop up and he'd come up with something. He would just, we had, it was Tyler Breeze and Fandango. And we had a match with them one time and I was in there in the creative going over as because I was a commentary and need to listen to creative. And Vince had an idea to have him at the middle of the match put on disguises and use mops and all this stuff. People were looking at Vince like he had 18 heads. Like, these guys are getting over. They're good wrestlers. This is their big pay-per-view, and you're going to do this to them? The whole room was against it, and I was against it too. But I didn't say that because I'd argued with Vince before, and I thought this isn't a hill I want to die on. And Vince's like, no, we're going to do it. We're going to have a mustache. We're going to have like a detective. We're going to have mops. And oh, my God. Those guys were so depressed that when they heard about it, and they went out there and did it, and the damn thing got over like $1 million. And we're all sitting backstage, and I was sitting by Road Dogg, and he goes, well, he was right. Yeah, and Road Dogg was one of the loudest ones because Road Dogg would stick up for guys. Road Dogg was good about that. And Road Dogg was one of the ones butting head to head to head. And Road Dogg was the first one to say, I was sitting by him when he said it, he goes, well, the old man was right. He does some of the craziest stuff. I'm not sure he was right about this one, but when we saw it, there he is. Can you believe this, Conrad?
No. I mean, the idea that we've got footage of Vince walking around a church and doing some really sort of campy stuff, and then even the match itself, it's Vince and Shane against Shawn Michaels and God. That's the graphic right there. That's, I guess, God's on the right-hand side of your screen. And the lights dim and they have a spotlight on the ramp where we're going to pretend that this is God walking to the ring. How does Shawn Michaels get talked into this? Because it does feel like on some level, this was Vince. This is, we've all heard of that Vince McMahon liked to, and I don't know that you and I have ever talked about this, but a lot of people believe that Vince McMahon liked to intentionally humiliate Jim Ross in Oklahoma. He wanted to bust his balls, and Bruce would say, well, that's because Jim sold for him, and that's the worst thing you could do. If you're gonna sell for Vince, he's just going to do more of it. He's going to keep pushing the buttons. So we're going to do things like, break a cinder block over his head, or crush a candy jar in his face, or make him kiss Vince's ass, or, have a paper mache head come out of his own ass in surgery with Dr. Heine. But there's always something where we're picking on JR. And this feels like, because we all know in 2006, Shawn is renewed in his faith. He's a born-again Christian. This feels like this is Vince's way of getting Shawn to join his Kiss My Ass Club. What do you think of that?
I don't think that. I don't think that at all. Because the dynamic with Shawn, I've been in meetings with Vince and Shawn. Vince loves Shawn. I mean, loved him like a son. And so I don't think he wouldn't have done this to mess with Sean. If he did, I would love to hear it because I would be completely surprised. Vince didn't mess with Sean. It's like Taker. He would rib Taker because he's his friend. He would rib Sean because he's his friend. But as friends do, he wouldn't do mean things to him. And so I don't think there's any possibility that he did this as a rib to, maybe as a rib to Sean, but not to be a dick to him because he loves Sean so much.
Don't we all love summer vacation, relaxing, laying out by the pool, barbecues, hitting the beach, doing, well, nothing? Well, how about a summer vacation from your house payments? With SaveWithConrad.com, you can do just that. Reduce your monthly payments by making the equity you built up in your home work for you. You can roll together those high interest rate credit cards into one lower monthly payment and perhaps access some of that newfound equity to turn your house into your dream home with no money out of pocket. And how about this? You get to skip your next 2 house payments. That's right. You won't have to make your June or your July house payment. You're done until August 1st. Go right now to SaveWithConrad.com. Let my team run the numbers for you for free. There's no obligation, and if we can't help you save some cash, we won't waste your time. And did I mention we're offering a 3-year guarantee right now? That's right. That means if at any point interest rates improve over the next 3 years, you get a free refi. That's right. No new lender fees from us. So you get to save money now without wasting money later when the rates improve on a whole second set of closing costs. Why not go to SaveWithConrad.com and get a guarantee? Save money now and save money later with your friend in the mortgage business. That's me, Conrad Thompson at SaveWithConrad.com. Shoot me an email at Conrad@SaveWithConrad.com. Give us a call at 888-425-0105. Or get yourself a quick quote, even talk to a live person right now at SaveWithConrad.com. NMLS number 2129, equal housing lender. Let's take a summer vacation from house payments at SaveWithConrad.com.